But there's an odd kind of story, and I'll keep this short because it doesn't deserve a whole lot of attention. But since Michael Needham, the chief of staff to Marco Rubio, tweeted something rather odd, I feel I need to mention it. I saw this piece today, and it's from The Hill, so it's suspicious because I don't trust The Hill newspaper. It's largely left, other than Joe Concha and a few others. Rubio praises Dolphins player who takes knee for his community service. I said, well, I like Marco Rubio. I do. I like him a lot. I don't always agree with him, but I like him. I said, what the hell is this? Well, this is how they report it. Senator Marco Rubio on Wednesday offered praise for Miami Dolphins wide receiver Kenny Stills, who's garnered attention for taking a knee during the national anthem at games to protest social injustice. No NFL player does more community service than Kay Stills of the Miami Dolphins, Rubio tweeted Wednesday, sharing a tweet from Stills while lauding the player's charitable work. You don't have to agree with how or why he has chosen to exercise the First Amendment before every game to acknowledge the hours he gives voluntarily on his day off to serve his fellow Americans. And there are any links to photos of Stills doing exactly that. It goes on later. Rubio's previously defended Colin Kaepernick, who was the first NFL player to take a knee during the anthem to protest police brutality and other social issues. The GOP senator told TMZ Sports in May that Kaepernick, who has remained unsigned since the end of 2016 season, deserves to be on a team. Look, I support his right to stand for what he does. I don't agree with what he did, but I support his right to do it. Now, I will admit The Hill is a little misleading of that. Here's what I found bizarre. I tweeted, bizarre, Marco. This has had nothing to do with the First Amendment. He tweets out, you don't have to agree with how or why he has chosen to exercise the First Amendment before every game to acknowledge the hours he gives voluntarily on his day off to serve his fellow Americans. This has nothing to do with the First Amendment. The NFL is not the federal government. They could fire him tomorrow if they wanted to. This isn't a First Amendment violation, so Mr. Needham, I would recommend you pull out the Constitution and reacquaint yourself with it. Because Mr. Needham tweeted out, deliberately misleading, Mark. Well, what's deliberately misleading? What's misleading at all? Yeah, I didn't even think I was that harsh on Marco, who I like. I just thought it was a bizarre tweet. This has nothing to do with the First Amendment. Zippo. And by the way, I also don't believe it's the business of politicians telling anybody, the NFL, that maybe Kaepernick deserves a job or so forth and so on. I have no problem with NFL owners getting together and saying, we don't want to hire this guy. Well, that's collusion. I don't care. They're trying to protect the league. Reputation of the league. They're in business. You're the consumer. You're the customer. Not Kaepernick. And I would remind everybody that Kaepernick was in fact offered a contract, but he turned it down. So I just wanted to clarify that.